Hey everybody, welcome back to the Armed Scotsman. Today on the table we have a Zastava ZPAP M70. Let's get this one going. Alright everybody, as I said, this is the ZPAP M70 from Zastava. This is an imported AK from Serbia. Now, depending when you watch this video, there has been a temporary ban installed on the exportation of these guns. I'm not going to get into that, but I thought I'd jump on one because people seem to love them, and I was like, all right, you know, let's see what this has got to offer. So yeah, let's go ahead and get stuck right on in. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you off the bat, I actually thought, because I didn't read properly, or read it at all, I thought this was actually a folder. It is not. It's a fixed stock. I may have actually gone with the wood stock and saved myself $100 if I'd known and read properly that this wasn't a folder, but this is what we have. And it's not that I dislike this, I just think the wood would have been a better option than this one, personally. However, so yeah, fixed stock, rubber butt pad at the back here, just a little bit. You've got QD sling attachments on either side here, which I do really like. And you come down here and it's actually attached via this bolt right here. Now moving along to the top, we have this dust cover, as you would expect, and this button pushes in obviously your recoil spring, and we'll go over that in a second. Going to the safety right here. It's kind of cool. It's one of the things that I liked about PSA guns is they have that extra lip right here for the safety. It enables me to manipulate it without kind of changing the grip of on the gun, manipulate that safety. This doesn't have that. That's fine. It's just, this is how, you know, they are. But I personally do like that. Okay, so you'll notice there's a little notch here also. Now the reason for that, now there's a couple of things I'm going to show you here. The mag it comes with does have a bolt hold open right here. Obviously if I take that mag out, this will go forward, but we're going to leave it there right now because what I'm going to do is I'm actually putting on a table, so you might not see this. I'm going to pull that back a little further and I'm going to push that safety up, and that notch actually sits and holds, apparently, try that again. All right, so it sits and it should hold that the bolt back, allowing you, if you want to take out obviously your mag, this will still hold it back. You can do that without the mag being in there also. It's just a little easier if the mag is in there. So once it's held back like that, maybe if you're at the range and you know the RSO needs to see that, you know, your mag, your chamber's empty or something, I don't know. But it's kind of a cool feature. I don't think I've seen that on an AK before. Maybe some other brands do it and I've just not seen it. But I think it's a cool little feature. It's not the easiest to do, but maybe with a little bit more practice it would be a little better for me. Anyway, all right, so the receiver, what's really cool about this receiver, this gun, let me just tell you, this gun is overbuilt. Now, it was overbuilt for a reason. I don't want to go through the history of the guns because there's a lot to these, but let's just say the receiver is overbuilt. It's 1.5 millimeters, so it's thick. It's thicker than a regular receiver. As I say, it's been overbuilt, and you can really, when you pick this up and you feel it and you feel around, you can really feel, and that sounds weird, but you can really feel the difference between a standard receiver and this receiver, in my opinion, and it does feel very, very sturdy. Okay, so that is your receiver, and it is marked with Zastava here in Serbia. As I said, these are imported from Serbia. Moving down, you have this grip here, a little plasticky. It's got some grip texture on the sides. There's no grip texture on the front or back. It still feels pretty good. Again, there's so many aftermarket parts for this. If you don't like it, you can switch it out, and it's pretty inexpensive to do and very easy to do. Nice thing, it does come with a little storage compartment in the bottom, which is kind of cool. Very nice. Let's go to the trigger. All right, so it's a light trigger, single stage. There's no real wall, if that makes sense. It just kind of rolls through for me, is my kind of how I could kind of describe it. Very decent brake on there. And then the reset, a little bit of let out. And it's a very tactile and forceful reset. It really pushes your finger out, which I do really like on any gun. I do like the, sorry, let me do that reset again. So I do really like, it really pushes my finger out. I love that. So I actually really like the trigger in this. I also really like the LG AK triggers, but that is definitely a nice trigger. I do enjoy it. Okay, so it has your standard paddle. I also put the mag back in just to show you do have a paddle release right there. I really like paddle releases. I think they're intuitive and they work really well. So I'm kind of a fan of these. Okay, we'll go over the bolt and everything in a second. Moving on up to your rear sight here. One of the cool things is, I'm not sure if I'll catch this with the lighting, but I'll roll an image if I can't. So the surface is almost like it's maybe been blacked out and then kind of not sanded down, but the top coat has been taken off, so it's actually shiny, and the numbers have like black in it, so it really makes everything pop. I think it looks really cool, really good, and it goes from 0 out to 10, which will be the 1,000 feet, 1,000 yards. I am never hitting anything at 1,000 yards with iron sights. I can tell you that right now. So that is your rear sight, obviously coincides with your front sight right there with the post in the center. Okay, moving on up, you've got this really nice red wood right here, and you'll notice that this is obviously your gas tube under here and your handguard. That this gas tube is longer than your standard, as you can see with these notches. So it is a slightly longer gas tube, so bear that in mind if you're ever looking to switch the furniture out in this, that you get the correct size. But I think the furniture that comes with it is pretty dang nice. All right, moving on up. Let's move this here. It does come with a cleaning rod, which, I think AKs just don't look right without that cleaning rod in there. But yeah, so anyways, it does come with a cleaning rod, which is very nice. The barrel is a 16.2 inch cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel, which I think is awesome. I think that's something that a lot of people definitely want. Now, again, these have been they've been chrome lined for probably about 3 years on these models that have been coming in now. But I think that was something that from the previous models that a lot of people wanted was definitely to be chrome lined. So chrome lined barrel, very cool. Obviously, we've gone over your sight already. And then you have a slant brake on the front here. Now, the way this is set up, obviously, is for a right-handed shooter with your slant right here. Obviously, we have your standard AK detent right here, that if you want to take this slant brake off and put a different flash hider, brake, whatever you want, you're going to push that all the way down and you're going to turn it to your left. Now, there's actually two notches on this particular slant brake. So again, I told you this is set up for a right-handed shooter. You go to the other notch like so, it changes the angle to the opposite side of the gun. So for a left-handed shooter, I don't even know how you can do that, it feels so awkward. But it does switch to the other side for your left-handed shooters, what I think is pretty cool. Again, just push that detent all the way down, and then you can if you keep going to the clockwise, you can take it off if you wish, as I say, and replace it wherever you want. I really like that about AKs too, how easy it is to change these muzzle devices compared to an AR-15. On the other side, I forgot to mention, there is a sling attachment here also, so you do have that. So on this other side, you also have a side mount. Not any standard AK mount is going to fit this. You do need to get one that will fit the Zastava, I'm going to be saying that wrong, I'm sure. But you'll need another mount, a particular mount to fit this. Not all standard AK mounts will fit. It does need a proprietary mount. The other thing I forgot to mention is the front trunnion is actually bulged, and that's so you can see here on the receiver. This is a bulged trunnion and bulged receiver. As I said, this thing is overbuilt. It is built like a freaking tank. The overall quality of construction, in my opinion, of this M70 is very, very good. Now, I haven't reviewed, I'm not sure if I've actually, I'm trying to think back, I don't think I've reviewed an imported AK before. I'm positive I haven't. I know I've done a lot of PSA AKs, and I am not dissing on them. I think personally, I think PSA is awesome, and they're doing fantastic work for the 2A community. But I'm telling you, when I picked up this AK, I was like, okay, there's a difference. I think in quality, and again, nothing against PSA, I love you guys, but when you pick this up, it's like, dang, okay, this is a freaking nice AK. Now, I'm typically more of an AR guy, I'm not gonna lie, but I really, really like this particular AK. Again, I would have liked this to have been folding, but that was my fault. But this particular AK, I think the overall quality and construction and how well it's built is phenomenal. Now, all that aside, we're still not done. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take this down. Now, it's slightly different than a standard AK. Now, I told you this has been overbuilt, and it's this is also at the back here. So this is obviously your dust cover. You have your button right here. There's a little button you've got to press right here that also keeps this dust cover in place. So you got to push that button all the way in, and then you've got to push your dust cover in, and then you can simply lift it off like so. Okay, and obviously you will see we are got the inside here. Now, as mentioned before, this is also locked in place. This is obviously your guide rod and spring. It's locked in place by that same button that keeps your dust cover on. So to take this down, you've also got to push that button in, and you can see it comes out the other side. Push that in, then you can push down and take out your guide rod and spring. So put the safety down, and then you can take out your bolt carrier and grip. Everything looks really good, although obviously we got your matching serial numbers on here. The quality looks fantastic. Again, everything looks really, really nice. Okay, now you obviously can see in here we've got your trigger grip. Okay, now to take off your gas tube, it's just, again, everything's the same here. You've got your lever here. Now, this being a very, well, brand new AK, this thing is very, very stiff. So take your very specialized pliers, AK tool, and you're just going to grip that, lift it up, so like so. So when you look down here, this piece is straight, and then you can just simply take off your gas tube like so. And then you've completely field stripped your M70. Very nice. And obviously just go back in reverse. All right, so we are back together. Let's talk about shooting the gun. I did have some problems, not with the rifle itself, but with this metal mag that did come with it, which I pointed out earlier. I did have problems. It seemed to be causing rounds to hang up and not go into battery fully. And then, so I continued. You know, I'm going to roll in some footage for you guys to show you what was happening. After I'd finished reviewing with this mag, I did switch out to the Magpul mag that we have here, and then that problem went away. So I know it is the mag that did cause that problem, and that's kind of one of the things I feel a little frustrating with AKs. They're like crazy dependable, but their mags sometimes, certain AKs seem to not like certain mags, which seems kind of funky to me. But as I said, I switched out to the Magpul mag consistently. I'm not a huge AK guy, so I don't have a ton of different AK mags, but I did have one of these lying around, so I did put this in, and it did run great. So other than this mag issue, I mean, that's nothing to do with the gun. I'm about 300 rounds through it. Again, gun run flawlessly. Again, it was just that mag that was the problem. So about 300 rounds through it of just Tula ammo, nothing fancy. Ran like a champ, as I say, especially when I put this in. You know, very nice to shoot. No problems outside of that. No complaints from me. It feels really good. So what's my overall thoughts? As I said, I think the overall quality of the gun is absolutely fantastic. Runs like a champ, just not with this mag. Yeah, really nice construction, very cool. No real complaints from me whatsoever. So, all right, folks, that is it for me. Any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can, and that is it. Until next time, folks, I'll catch you later.